Hello, Comedy Jonah. Hello. Survivor time.
Oh, it was a lot quicker than our other shows.
Look,
Hello!
I'm not lying. I told you it was a super quick intro. Think I made that up? No, I
Oh my gosh, I
wasn't.
love the colors. I love everything. It's so,
Baby
yeah.
diarrhea? I agree. I wanted to go with baby diarrhea color scheme to talk this season of Big
You
Brother, John.
to talk
Oh,
this season of Survivor.
I'm Survivor, Big Brother, what? How many shows do we have today? Which one are we on?
Which one are we on? We are on Survivor because Survivor premiered last night, 2 hours. I think this is one of the best premieres that I remember. There was so much in it. It's one of my favorite premiere episodes.
Really? Now, this is the first one that I've watched in a while.
Right.
I am going to, try and remain positive. I think this is going to be a good yin and a yang for us. A yin and a yang. Yin and a yang? A yin and a
Yeah.
yang. What do they say? Whatever they say. My point is, I, as an original Survivor fan, and then, have come back to it recently. And you being a fan for forever.
I've been a fan forever, but that's how I am with Big Brother. Like I was a fan and then I lost my way and then I've come back to Big
You've
Brother. So, but I've
you've come.
always stayed with Survivor. I agree with people on the cast, on the episode talking about how they've missed it,
Mm-hmm.
with this pandemic. I know that this was filmed most likely a while ago. And it's just kind of just been staged and ready, but I'm glad it's back. And yeah, lots to talk about with this. They talked
How?
about, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say how much am I allowed to rain on the parade a little bit?
Oh, I don't, why should you stop? I don't
Because I
understand
have complaints. I
where you're
have
coming from.
complaints.
Like, have you taken a nap today and you're in a good mood? Like, what's up? What's going
No,
on?
this is a good mood. I forgot. You know
Okay.
how I say on Big Brother, Kylan has a punchable face?
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, my first thought in the first moments of this episode was, what happened to Jeff's face?
Oh my
It
gosh, that was
seemed very like plastic surgery. It seemed very much like I've been gone and now I'm back. And look at how young I am. I am 60, but 40 with this face.
well, the face, yeah, the face.
Yeah?
There was some rejuvenation. I agree. Jeff
Can
looked
I
very
say,
different to
guys?
me. Jeff looked very different to me. I tweeted it out last night. I'm like, what's going on with him? I didn't, there was a cross between maybe some rejuvenation here. We forgot the neck of the rejuvenation. So
Mhm.
that looked very, kind of 60s old man looking.
Yeah.
He looked like he'd been in the sun. Like maybe he hadn't been on Survivor or filming it for a while, but he was definitely in the sun in the pandemic. So we
Yeah.
saw that. And then the long hair, I don't think Jeff can pull that off. It looked very hobo-ish. He looked a little hobo-ish, I thought in the
You
beginning.
you know what I say, long hair I care. First of all, he could use a tip from the gays. He could have just used some of the fishing wire. There's got to be tons of the fishing wire around
Mhm.
there for him to pull that neck up. You just take the fishing wire and then you just
Well,
pull the neck up.
there was
I'm
so
not
much
there
on that.
yet.
Yeah, on that. No, I don't. I think both of us are kind of doing okay with that. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff on that barge, right? So, maybe if the yellow team could have found their oar faster, maybe they could have found some fishing line for Jeff to maybe
What?
you know stretch
Yeah.
stretch it out a little bit. Like it makes me, when I was watching it, like I was looking for lotion, like I was just trying to lotion my own neck, just like,
Hmm.
oh no, I'm not too far from Jeff's age. Like I need to really start to take care of my neck better.
I mean, who cares? We are married, not to each other. So
Not
it
to
doesn't,
each other.
not to each
No.
other. It's a new season, a new show. Let's cut off those emails right at the start.
I think people think we're married and we're just in two different rooms of our house
Right,
doing
and
this
this
show. Yeah.
great
But
wallpaper.
not real.
Um, Speaking of things that are lost on the boat, John, I have to address one more thing before we get into, because I don't want to be
Yeah.
just complaining about this stuff. I want to get my complaints out of the way in the beginning. Okay, this way we can
Sure.
have an enjoyable. Because you're the survivor. You're the person who got me to watch this season. Ergo, I feel I can lodge my complaints with you, and you can defend the show that you love.
Well, this is Your Reality Recaps customer service, and I'm here to
Right?
help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So question. Did Jeffy Boy just sit in that boardroom and go, "All right, what are all the check boxes we need to check off this season? We want to make sure we talk about the trans. That's a hot topic. People don't like when we say guys. It might come off as misogynistic. So I'll do a whole big thing with my new fresh face in the beginning and act like we're going to roll that back. And lots of diversity. We want to see many colors on the boat this time. And gays. Stack it with gays."
Well, I love any show that's stacked with gays. First of
My,
all.
it's like, was it called Gay Survivor? Like, I didn't understand. His whole thing in the beginning, I say, "Come on in, guys," every single time. And I don't know, should I do that still, or am I not allowed to do that? I'm Jeff Pro.
Well,
I don't know. Just, it
well,
rubbed me the wrong way.
I think you need to keep in mind, I think Jeff, and I can't remember exactly, about a year ago, there was some stuff
Yes.
that came out a little misogynistic. And so
Yeah.
I think he's trying to stay ahead of that curve, of that curveball, and say, you know what, this is what I say. I've always done that. People know this is as my welcome, but I'm going to address it immediately so that I don't have to deal with it. And he even said, here's my Twitter handle. I probably won't read it.
Sure. Which is then why are we. Because he's the executive producer. It's the same thing when he's like, "Guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?" As if they're going to say to the executive producer and host of the show, "Oh, it's a 1 for me, Jeff. It's a 1 for me right now."
I'm okay.
I mean, seriously. I mean, look, this is too philosophical of a
Yeah,
question for this show, but I would love people to put it in the comments because I am torn. I
yeah.
knew what you were talking about from last season, so my whole thing is I'm not buying it, Jeff. This is your attempt, I don't think, to do better. It's your attempt to keep your job and keep the ratings up as a producer to pretend like all of a sudden you care about the word guys now. However,
Right.
what if he is trying to change and then we're not receptive to it because it doesn't seem genuine or doesn't seem genuine to me? I don't know. My point is, how do you let someone change if you don't believe them? It's too physiological for this show, but you guys can debate in the comments.
Absolutely. And we learn later on that Richard kind of brings it back up before the big challenge.
Sure does.
He says, you know what, there is a problem with that. And Jeff was like, you know what, then we'll change it to just come on and just drop the guys. And he did it and it's done. And, I think we'll probably hear that throughout the season. It'd be funny if he slipped and said guys. Or I don't know.
Well,
What's a better word, chat? What's a better word than guys?
everyone,
Come on, everyone. Come on, folks.
come on in, everyone. It's not that hard.
Come on in, people.
Come on in, everyone.
Humans.
It's
Humans.
come on in, humans. Come
Fellow
on in,
humans.
weens and tacos, sausages and tacos. Come on in. And here's the thing: you say that he rolled it on back. I liked how when, like you said, what was Richard, who's the other. Well, one of the gay guys this season.
Yes.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm not okay with it, Jeff." And then all of a sudden, Jeff's like, "Yeah, I'm not okay with it either. I was gonna change it." No, you weren't. No, you weren't, because you were like, it's good. Everyone on the boat right now
Yeah,
says it's okay. I'm allowed to be misogynistic. The whole boat agrees. The whole boat agrees right now, okay? The whole
women
boat's
like
in
me.
agreement.
I like women. Women like me. Yeah, I know. And what's
Oh,
funny too is that even when Richard was saying that, he's like, listen, it was overwhelming when we first got on the barge. It was hot. We just gotten there. We weren't thinking type of thing. But now that he'd had time to think and be at camp and all that, he realized guys, wouldn't really work anymore. So,
right, right. In other words, production was upset that they didn't
yeah.
roll it back in the first scene, and who's gonna take it up now? Because we don't want to be hated again for a whole nother season.
Well, we have Billy Jones in the chat that says, "May I buy a small stack of gays, please?"
Yeah, well, you got him. You got him. You got a
Hi,
little
right
Evie.
here.
If
I'm a,
it's
I'm a
if I,
little older. I'm a little rough to chew, but I'm still good.
you're still good. All right, that was
Still
mainly
taste
my
good.
complaint. Those are mainly my complaints of the episode. I didn't like it. I felt Jeff was pandering. It felt inauthentic, and he needs a better plastic
I
surgeon.
know,
Those are
but
really my only overall
he
complaints.
he does. When we see him at the end in tribal council, of course, whoever's doing his makeup, deserves,
An
an
Emmy.
Emmy because absolutely, because he looked fantastic. The neck looked fantastic. I don't know if maybe Survivor just put a filter on him. I don't know, but he looked, 10 years younger. So bravo to that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think, Jeff, we're in this cancel culture right now. And I think, the show not being on for a while, I think Jeff got a little excited too. It's okay. I'm going to give him a pass on that.
You guys want to see behind the scenes? You guys want to see a camera? There's a camera over there. Show the cameras.
I should have opened this show with Eric. How excited from 1 to 10 are you to cover Survivor this season?
Am I allowed to complain? Then an 8. Do I gotta act like I love it the whole time? 5. No, I am excited. Hopefully, look, there's one thing that I can always count on Survivor for, and it is hot guys. Except this season, they forgot them. But, you know, strategy.
Hey, there's diversity, right? I mean, this isn't
Yeah.
Summer House on Bravo. I'm a little sick and tired of that, to be honest. I'm here for the game. And so, there is a couple cuties on there, like David, I think is a total cutie. He reminds
David
me of
is.
Dan Levy on Schitt's Creek. And
Really?
yeah, I think he's absolutely adorable. And of course, when I saw Xavier, I thought, oh my gosh, there's Eric. And yeah, oh my
I'm
gosh,
sorry.
so cute.
Okay.
So cute.
First of all, I was like super
All we
excited
see is a
when.
chest. We don't.
Yeah, no,
Who's
I
is that?
know.
Oh,
Because I was like, Brad. And then you're like, whoa, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, what the holy hell? I mean, look, I'm not one to comment on people's looks, but something happened there, okay? God was like, we can't make you all perfect.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And Brad said on the show he's happily married, so good for him.
Good for
I
him.
would want someone like Brad. Brad's gonna work. Brad's gonna build stuff. Brad's gonna
No, I
build
like
me shelter. Yeah.
Brad's not gonna last if he keeps telling everybody exactly what he thinks to their face.
Oh, oh my gosh. That was insane. It was so funny. We learned a lot about people. We've got a
Mhm.
pastor that's on this season. Chen,
Who does exactly what I do that I thought everybody does.
Chantel, yeah. Which is what?
Hum hums a song of when you're plotting evil. I am always like doo 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 doo. I'm gonna kill
Really?
someone
I
today. Doo 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 doo. Gonna kill someone today.
I've
I always do
heard
that.
I've I've heard that hum in some of our live streams. Hmm.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
interesting.
full on my, da da da. And I got to say this, yes, obviously Xander, it never fails that I will always apparently have the crush on the person who, after I say how hot he is on Twitter, everyone goes, he's 21. Happens every season of Survivor. But no worries. I don't like a big nipple. So it's got too big of a nipple.
You like the small little ones,
Yeah, yeah, I don't.
little areolas,
Yeah, I don't understand guys with giant nipples. It's weird. You're not breastfeeding.
You know, as Chantel would say, that's how God made them.
That is.
I don't mind. You know what? I don't have to look at them all the time. I can play with them when I need to, and then I can get on with my day.
Yeah.
Um, but with Chantel humming her evil song, plotting all this evil, and then being like, I'm a pastor. I mean, is that the qualities we want in a pastor? Is that someone like, yeah, woohoo, lie, yeah, cheat and steal, pastor, and then what? Pray for forgiveness. Aren't we all pastors if we're doing that? I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it better than kid touching? Uh,
I think that's
I
just a
think
little
people
convenient. Yeah.
think people need to just worry about themselves and stop preaching. Yeah.
Yeah, we
No, I
learned.
like her.
Yeah.
I like
No,
Chantel. I do like her.
she's good. She's playing a little hard, a little too hard, but I think she's maneuvering herself really well. She says she's great at that, and I think she's doing a pretty good job for, just a 2-hour premiere episode that's edited. There's no live feeds. This, like you said, I believe in a tweet. This is all we get. We don't have anything to compare it to. I
Right.
love that Tiffany was an alternate. I love hearing alternate stories. The caller, you can't, nope, nope, nope. And then she's called at the last minute. I can't imagine being called at the last minute, like having to really just drop everything because you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
gone for, I know this is a shorter season. I think maybe 30
20,
days. I don't,
26.
26 days. Yeah. So I like Tiffany
Love
a
her.
lot. I love her
Loved Tiffany.
story. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing with the BRCA gene. She's one of the first people that got tested. She had the full double mastectomy. She's been written up in medical books because she's one of the first women that have done this. So that's amazing. She's a pre-survivor, no,
Pre-Vivor. Pre-Vivor.
pre-vivor, yes, and now it's going to be the survivor. So I love Tiffany. I'm rooting for her
I'm rooting
as
for
well.
her. I got a little bit worried when they were, because I always feel like Survivor, and now don't take my word on this as fact, because I will full on say I don't watch Survivor for many a season in the past. But I was worried, like, is this one of those edits where, because we're learning so much of her story right now, she's gonna go? Like, is she going this episode, but they really needed to tell the cancer story? Again, Jeff in that meeting, do we have cancer? Do we have cancer too? I need to know. Oh, by
It's
the
like
way,
it's like on a
COVID
whiteboard.
death.
Do we have
COVID
cancer?
death.
Oh,
Yeah,
we have
cancer.
cancer.
Good, good. Okay.
Gays, trans,
Gays,
cancer,
trans. Gonna need a
black.
COVID death this season too, please. Thank you. If anyone's dead from COVID, that'll be great for ratings.
Okay, grandma's not vaccinated. Okay, good.
No. Okay.
COVID death.
No.
Um,
Disability. What other disabilities do we have? Do we have any disabilities this season?
disability by looks, disability.
Okay. Brad's face is not a disability. God made him that way. He can't help it. Okay. Just say it.
What else we got? The
Okay.
black, brown. Okay. We don't have
Yeah.
Asian. We don't have Asian.
Yes, we do.
Oh yes, we do. Jeannie. God, I completely forgot. Yes, we've got.
So
Yeah,
rude.
we've got the whole globe.
We
got
got
the
the
whole.
whole globe.
We got the whole
You,
Benetton ad. Yeah.
you know how we know we had Asian? Because when the good gay Richard all of a sudden had a problem with guys, and he was talking to Jeff, he's like, "We've come so far. Look around this cast. We have gay, trans, black," and then he like paused and goes, "Asian." Like, just watch it back. I literally laughed out loud if you watch how he said it. He was just like, colors, Asian. I was like, oh, okay. Wow, how clearly these lines are being fed to you all. I loved it. I loved it. I do love the diversity. Look,
Yeah,
even if it being forced in and not being sincere for whatever reason puts the representation on the television, which makes people feel seen, I'm all for it.
absolutely. I mean, you and I grew up, we didn't see guys like
No,
us, you know what I mean? So
no,
it's nice to see it.
I
Yeah,
did. There
absolutely.
was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch on MTV.
Right, which yeah, it doesn't count. So we've got our cast divided into three different tribes. We've
Right.
got Luvo, which
Luvo.
consists of Nesser, Danny, Deshawn, Erica, Heather, and Sydney.
Yep.
Yep. And Heather, I think Heather was kind of funny. She's a mom. She started watching Survivor when she was young with her boyfriend, and then ended up getting married and then had kids, and now they all watch it together. Was that just a wonderful family piece of yumminess?
It was. Yeah.
Hmm.
Heather reminds me of that girl in that movie who's like, you can run, but I'll find you. That is who Heather reminds me of, and I expect her to go crazy soon.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. And the thing I love about this cast too, with the diversity, there's a lot of older people. There's a
Mm.
lot of more there's more people my age. So, all there's always those young Summer House on Bravo. Look at me, I'm young, my skin bounces back. And then you had one old person, looking like an old dried up raisin after, 5 days on Survivor and then targeted to be the first one to be out. There's more older people on here too, so I like that a lot as well. But back to the tribe. So then we've got the yellow tribe, the Yanez tribe, which is David, Eric, Leanne, Tiffany, Evie, and Xander. So
Right.
of course, I love him a David. And both of our survivor boyfriends are on the same
I
tribe, which
know. I
I
know.
know, which is that never happens. Evie, who is the PhD student at
Yep.
Harvard, I like her. I loved some of her side interviews and
Yeah.
perspectives on things. What did you think?
They were focusing on her again, another LGBTQIAer.
Yeah,
So yeah, I liked her. I thought, she seemed to be very much like I know the issue with that tribe which I was calling them Yellow Tribe all night was they were unsure if they were going, if they were staying strong or if they were keeping a girl,
right,
right?
right,
Well, no, I don't mean that you can't be strong to be a girl. I mean, that was their
right,
storyline of what is going to happen tonight. Are we going to, quote unquote, say strong, which
right,
in Survivor means keep the guy, or are
right,
we gonna, vote out a girl?
right. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that towards the end. And then we've got the UA tribe or UA tribe,
Mm-hmm.
which is the green one. And it's Brad, Sarah, Richard, who we've been talking about with the guys, JD, Jeannie,
Mm-hmm.
and Chantel, the pastor. And
Right.
JD is very comical as far as a contestant. What do you think of JD?
I liked JD. I did think that JD was funny. Yes, I agree with you. I do think JD was funny.
He is. Little things like, I'm on the boat and the wind's in my hair. And I noticed it was in everybody else's too. It's like, what are you talking about?
I love when the wind blows in my hair.
Me too.
Were you surprised that he was picked to go on the boat?
Well, he wasn't picked because he picked rocks, so he got the white rock.
Well, true,
Um,
true, true.
yeah, but as far as just how he is, and we learned a little bit about him. He was bullied and teased a lot in high school. We saw some of the pictures. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, the one person you wanted to look at the longest. Um, but he's certainly a good looking guy. He certainly has confidence with that, which is great. And I think even it coming out in his humor and stuff, I think is hilarious. So I like JD a lot. I was a little nervous for JD, but yeah, I liked him. I loved Jeannie's story, with her background, and she's, with Asian parents and being very reserved and really nervous about kind of coming out, and just kind of the way she did it at dinner, just like, hey, pass the broccoli. By the way, I'm gay. You know what I mean? Like, and her mom just being super accepting. And I don't know if it was a diamond ring or a diamond, but yeah, gave her the ring for her wife, and their pictures, and they're adorable. I loved it.
I
Loved the story.
did. I thought that that was very, very sweet. I thought that was very sweet. I think it is, again, I love it. I hope, I'm just going to say, I hope there is a little gay kid out there watching going, oh, maybe one day my parents will give me a wedding ring and be accepting, of
Yeah.
me in the way Jeannie's family is.
And I think too, even when people who don't, are a little naive about the LGBT community and have always heard these stories of being perverts and all that stuff, we'll see these positive examples,
Yeah,
when they're out there and go, okay, that no, it's not that bad. It's not those memes I've
not
read
that
on
bad.
Facebook. Yeah, they're not that bad. So
Those gays aren't that bad.
they don't seem that bad. Um that, hopefully it opens up their mind a little bit should their child be part of our community.
Yay, be part of our
Yay.
community.
All right. Speaking of community, this challenge was just, always doing
Well,
jumping off the barge. We need to
uh-huh.
find those 6 oars. Go ahead. Did you have something?
Oh, no, 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 no. No, that's, go ahead. Six oars, tribe.
So each tribe had 6 oars to find, hunting throughout the barge.
Hmm.
I loved that Jeff was on some high platform, and they're like, "Hey, is it up there?" No, I promise you, looking down. I promise you, it's not.
Now, here's what I like, and I feel like some people always tell me that they don't know this about Survivor, and this is the way that Survivor is different from Big Brother. And it's that Survivor challenges are monitored by standards and practices, meaning like it has to be very fair. Like everyone has to agree that they understand the rules. It has to be something that is equal for men and women, and if it's not, it counter like they get
Yeah.
monitored by standards and practices. There's literally lawyers standing there watching the challenges. Is my point.
OSHA.
Unlike
It's OSHA.
unlike
It's
Big Brother.
OSHA. Yeah.
OSHA, yeah, OSHA.
Yeah. OSHA's there.
OSHA. Yes.
OSHA.
So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and no, so there was that, and yeah, I thought it was a little ridiculous that our yellow team couldn't find their oar.
Yeah, I mean, it was very strange that nobody could really start digging around and doing this. Jeff had said everybody's expectations. This is going to be a crazy season. There's lots of different stuff, lots of twists. It's a shorter season, so you got to really get it together. And Yellow Team just couldn't find that. I mean, they never did. And then you see, the Blue Team get in there. They were the first ones out on the water. Everybody got on the boat, and nobody could figure out how to unhook that boat.
Hey,
And
you
I think,
guys are dragging an anchor. Hey, blue team, you're dragging the anchor. There's an anchor. It's still attached to your boat.
If we didn't have the anchor, your boat wouldn't be there. That's why there's an anchor. There's an anchor.
You
I
gotta
loved all
untach your
their
anchor.
face. What and what's
Why aren't we moving? I don't know.
and
Just off the top of my head, maybe there's an anchor.
we're not moving, right, guys? We're no, it's not. No, we're not moving, right?
Okay, right.
No.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
they were all rowing horrifically though too. Like I almost thought, are they not moving because nobody was explaining the row together, row together. It's like one person as they're paddling, the next one as it in, was paddling backwards. They were working against each other as well.
But I mean, it was so bad that at one point there was that side shot and
Mhm.
they're all vigorously rowing and green team got in there and they almost looked like a speedboat
Mhm.
going past them to get around that buoy because they were going so fast and they looked like they should be going fast, but again the blue team wasn't. I was cracking up so bad. I was just like, oh my gosh, one can't
Do-
find the last oar, these people can unhook a boat. What are the qualifications again for Survivor?
Well, here was my
Pulse.
favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No
well,
heart disease. Yeah.
here was my favorite part of it because like as we're watching it, I'm tweeting it and stuff. So like there might be
Yeah.
like 1 second or something that I missed, but I'm just sitting there and watching and I'm like, all right, here they go. They're off and they're going to their beach. Oh, they're doing it. Wait, they're going back to the boat? So the whole challenge was drive your boat out, row your boat out of the 20 feet, and then bring your boat back.
Well, they had to
if
go around a buoy and then
Yeah,
come
sure.
back. Yeah.
Sure. So if I was the blue team, I would have been like, no, we're back. We didn't drag an anchor. We're back. You missed it.
We put the anchor in the boat and we're already back,
Right.
Jeff.
We rehooked it up to the anchor. Jeff, we're done. Duh.
Could somebody ask the lawyers on the beach? We're back, right?
We're back. Okay. We are back.
OSHA?
Yes.
OSHA, we good. We're back.
Well, at least we're not the yellow team, so there's that.
At least the blue team got in the boat and in the water. So, yeah, so the green team won. They won a pot to cook in, they won flint and something else, line.
So they didn't even need because freaking JD. They didn't even need Flint. JD is like, which, by the way, everyone in the world should do. I learned how to start a fire before I came out here. No shit. It's what you all should do.
Oh my gosh, I would have been looking up Boy Scout videos.
They're stupid if they don't. If you're not watching like if you don't like do the jungle survival for dummies book, or have some
Oh,
12-year-old on YouTube explain to you to put hot rocks in your
oh yeah.
sneakers to dry
I'd
them.
have the thing and just being like, I'm going to light a
Yeah,
fire right here at my desk.
yeah, go ahead, do
You know
it.
what I mean? Yes, you should be practicing. And that's what I mean by this episode. No one's ever been like, yeah, I've been practicing. Watch what I can do and do it. So that was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, that is ridiculous. I think they all should be doing it. They all
Absolutely.
should be doing it.
They should. So green got their supplies. Now yellow and blue need to they have a challenge to get their supplies. So they have a choice. So they're at their beach, their camp, whatever, and they see that they have a choice. They can either be savvy and they lift up the thing and there is this triangle with a bunch of other little triangles in it. They have to guess how many triangles are in it, within it, and all of that stuff to get one guess. Or for 4 hours, two people can grab their little pots and get into the ocean and fill 2 barrels of water.
Which was called Sweaty. So it was
What?
savvy or
Yes.
sweaty were the
Yes.
choices. And you know that I was standing there looking at my team yellow and my Xander going, oh, please pick sweaty. Don't care what it is, just please pick sweaty. Then clothes are coming off.
See, and Xander had no problem doing it. I was with David. I was
Well,
like,
yeah, our lovers were fighting.
and I was on my lover's side because he was right. Like, who wants to be away from their? They just met these people. You don't want to be away. These people are going to start playing the game, and they're not going to start playing it. They're going to do it without you. But you
Yeah.
can't sound like an idiot, so you have to go along with it. I really was just giving a virtual hug to David.
Yeah, I was on David's side as well. I don't know why they were going to pick the harder one. And this is going to probably sound ridiculous right now what I'm about to say. However, I think in Survivor you need to conserve your strength, right? We already know that they're not getting food, they're not getting rice,
Mhm.
they're not getting all these things. But we also know it's only 3 weeks. So I'm not saying that you can survive with nothing for 3 weeks, but I'm saying it's day one. We know food is limited. Who cares if it's one more day until you get a piece of flint? Like, mess up the triangle. Who cares? It's one more day.
Exactly. There's all these lawyers on the beach. There's OSHA. You know what? It's Survivor, but I'm on a TV show. Are they really going to let me die? No. So, you know
No.
what? I'm going to guess how many triangles, and I'm going to have all my tribe people help me. Let's all agree on a number, and let's lose it or win
And you
it
get
together
4
as a tribe.
hours. You got 4 hours for the triangle, and everyone can do it together. Like, how easy would it have been to be like, all right, nobody tell each other the answer, everyone go do it yourself, then
Mhm.
see what is the major. Like, okay, the most people got
Ooh.
7. Maybe it's 7, but now for the people that did 7, maybe someone got 8. So
Yeah.
the person who got 8, show us your 8 or whatever.
Yep.
And then worked. I mean, you had 4 hours. This isn't hard. It's not like one of the lines are invisible. You understand the triangle shape. I mean, this is the stupidest thing I ever heard them not doing it. Like, real stupid.
I wouldn't at all have done the water thing
No,
at all.
who would?
Yeah, I mean, besides seeing David get all sweaty and yummy, that was it. I was just like, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
He's
I don't.
he's a
I
worker. He's a neurosurgeon, but he can also physically work. Like, hello, yay. But
yeah,
what was nice too is that they both could win the supplies if they both did it under 4 hours, and they did. But we also saw Danny and sorry, I'm learning their names as well. Deshawn
uh
take a
huh.
little break from their 4 hours and look for idols, and got
Which,
caught by Nasir.
which I was gonna say did not make Nasir very happy. Now I do want to say, John, because I saw people asking in the chat. So here you go for those of you asking. There's the triangle puzzle. So all right,
Should
I
we
guess
figure
I
out?
take it I
Let's
guess I
figure out
take it
how
back.
how many triangles are there?
No, I take it back. It is hard cuz let's say you started at the top, right? There's one, two, three, but then the three, then one triangle, 4 could be those 3 sections as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see why this could be confusing as to how many
Okay.
triangles there actually are.
I wonder if we'll ever know.
Oh, I'm sure we'll know. I'm sure somebody's already figured it out, but um first person to comment in the comments on YouTube, on the playback of the show. On the playback, because obviously I can't see it now. John is looking at you, but I can't. So the first person who comments on the playback of this show with the correct answer of triangles, I will send a YRR prize pack with the stickers and the magnets and the pens and all that fun stuff.
Oh, get
Comment
on it, C.
below.
Farlow. Get on it,
The,
C.
um, the,
Farlow.
the amount of triangles.
The amount of triangles.
I know the correct answer, which is why I'm like, all
You
right, it is
do.
hard. Yeah, I know the correct answer, and it is hard. I take it back. Now, do I think you're not going to be able to get it in 4 hours? No. 100% they would have gotten it in 4 hours.
Right. But they
You're
only allowed
enough
one
people.
guess for the triangles.
Right, you're only allowed one guess, but they would have gotten it.
Right.
Okay. That's all. I'm sorry. So now Nasir, seeing, like you said, the blue team, Danny, and who was the other one who was out there? Deshaun were out there. Nasir sees them. I'm trying to help people by bringing up the team photos. I feel that will help us all. Yeah, I didn't like that. Originally, I liked what Nasir was saying. Like, okay, you guys go do it. We agree we will not game talk. So this is a real fair way to do it. Since you were doing that for the team, we agree as a team we will not talk game talk. So then cut to the camp where they're just like, oh my god, you look adorable. Are you gay? I am gay. I've adopted. And I don't like the word guys. I am and that, and they're just talking. When my mother gave me a ring for my wedding, and they're telling all their personal stories, and then comes in Nasir seething. I saw Danny looking for an idol, and we won't stand for that.
Okay, Danny and Nasir, Nasir and Richard are on two different teams. So
what? What did I
Richard
say?
Richard's on the green team with his adopted child, and Nasir's on the blue team.
Yeah, and wasn't it Deshaun and Danny who were looking for the idol, and wasn't it Nasir who called them out? Or did I get that wrong?
Yeah, but Danny and Deshaun are on the blue team. So he went back to the blue team and told Erica, Heather, and Sydney, hey, guys, just to let you know, they're looking for an idol. They're not even doing the challenge right now. And so for me, I thought that was great because, yeah, I mean, that's kind of talking game. But if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, Nasir had every right to bring in those women and go, listen.
No, it makes him look like a little tattletale. I want to say it makes him look like a little bitch. But makes him look like...
Looking for idols this soon in the game is a little bitch move. It's stupid, especially when you get caught.
No, it's not. You need to.
Yeah, but you have to gain the trust of the group first, and then you sneak off and do it. Not right at first during a challenge. What if they didn't complete the challenge and they couldn't get the flint? Then what? Oh, sorry guys. Deshaun and I were looking for idols, so we didn't get the flint or the pot.
Sorry. They should have just been better about it. Like, ooh, the wind blew the pot over there, like through the pot.
They're on a wide open beach. It's like you're gonna get caught. I would have the pot and I would walk around the sides, like looking for the idol. But I wouldn't stop and put the pot down and going through rocks and stuff. Like that's stupid. You're gonna get caught.
I would drop
the trust of your team. You're gonna lose the trust of your team already, and that automatically puts you on the bottom. And if you if you go to tribal, your name's gonna be thrown out.
Right. And also, for such big, super fans of the game, there's one really easy way to figure out. You don't really have to look for the idols. You just got to look for the cameraman doing this at a tree.
That's such a great impression, too.
The person is always standing on the path, looking at the cameraman, and then the camera goes to a tree. Are you stupid? If you're on that path and the cameraman does this in front of your face to a tree, you're pretty stupid, right? Like you're the
Are you
stupidest player
talking
that has
about
ever
are you
played.
talking about Tiffany looking for that idol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, I was rooting for it. I was screaming at it. It's in front of you. Tiffany! It's in front of you. Yeah, I was just like, oh my God. And then, we see Jeff put it in the tree as he's doing his opening. And then we see the flashback of
Yeah,
Jeff
just
putting
in
it
case we
literally in
forgot.
that tree. In case we forgot. Oh my gosh. I was just, yeah. It just drives me nuts. But every time it happens, right? But then there's that camera going right towards where the idol is so us
Every
fans can
time.
see it. So,
I swear
all
they
right.
do it every season, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
Every season. All right. Let's talk about the boats. So now everybody's got flint and pots. The boats come to each tribe. Now everybody's got to send one person to this other part of where they are, and they have to vote, or they have to send somebody. So you know, so I got to scroll back up to my teams.
So Danny
So
goes.
yellow picks Xavier because or Xander because they
Xander.
trust him. He's a little boy, and little boys don't lie too much, or they can be caught
Right.
and lies very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the green team chose rocks, so very survivor style, choosing rocks, and JD
Mm-hmm.
got the white one, so he
Mm-hmm.
went on there. And
Mm-hmm.
then Danny just volunteered, the ex football player
From the blue team, Danny,
from
yes.
the blue team, yes. And so they're all at that island. They all have to walk up this grassy hill together,
Let's
and
learn about each other. We gotta
let
learn. Let's learn
yeah.
about each other. Okay.
Kumbaya, my lord,
Does anybody do
kumbaya.
sports? Anybody
Mm,
do
you
sports?
look like you could play football.
I don't play football. Do you do
No,
track?
you don't? You look like you play football.
You're a football fella.
You're the right
Um,
size of a man who plays football.
what are we gonna do when we get to the top of this hill?
The wind's in my hair. I don't know what to do.
I my favorite is like people. Everybody says Survivor's harder. Well, so far I watched them walk up a hill.
They had to jump in the water.
I'm real gassed. My favorite was when he was like, "I used to run track 5 miles, but this hike, I'm real gassed."
That's what JD said, yes. So they're up the hill, they have a moment, they love each other. Then they have to go their separate ways and they have to decide what to do. So
Mhm.
their decision is, and I wrote everything down on my detailed notes because that's who I am.
That's who
So they
you
have to
are.
decide if all players choose to protect their vote, nothing happens. So this is protect or risk your vote
Mm-hmm.
challenge decision.
Right. Right.
If all players choose to risk their vote, all of them will lose their vote at tribal.
Mm-hmm.
If the decision is to split the votes, players choose to protect their votes, stays the same.
It's either protect your vote or you're gonna. It's the
Right.
prisoner's dilemma riddle.
It's the prisoner's dilemma, yes.
Right. It's that
So if
stupid
if one
prisoner's
person
dilemma.
risks and the other two protects, then
Yes.
the people who got the protected vote get to stay the same, but the person who risked it gets an extra vote.
Right. Yeah.
Make sense? Perfect.
It makes sense, and I really thought that what JD said in this moment made a lot of sense and was correct. It was JD,
Uh-huh.
or was it Xander? I think it was JD, the one that said, look, nobody is going to believe that I wouldn't come back with something. Like, this is Survivor. We're going to come back with something. So if they're going to believe regardless that I got something, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go for the something. which that made complete sense to me. I thought, yeah, you're right. It is Survivor. You're not going to be able to sell that, that you really didn't get anything. So, yeah, I would have went for it too. I thought it was
Right. So,
brilliant logic.
yeah, Xander said that he risked his vote. He told his tribe, I risked it. I don't know what's going to happen, but if I get the extra vote, that's something we can all have, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Danny told his tribe he chose protected. I don't want to lose my vote. It's not worth it. This is a
Yeah.
game of Survivor. JD, on the other hand, I don't know
Liar.
what was happening with those storytelling skills, but I saw what happened to him, and then he said what happened, but I didn't believe him. And
You
I
didn't believe
just saw
him?
the way he told his tribe, no, it was horrible. The way he spoke, he talked to his tribe. And then Richard's like, I don't believe a word he says. Yeah, I literally just
Must be
watched JD do what he just said, but the way he said it, I wouldn't have believed him either.
must be an old gay thing.
It's an old bitter gay thing. You forgot bitter.
Clearly. You and Richard, two peas in a pod.
Totally.
I
And
don't
all
believe one goddamn thing
bitter
this little kid is saying
party,
to me right now.
bitter party of one, come sit by me. Yes, let's talk.
I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah, so now we get to the big challenge,
Yeah.
right?
And what was
And
the which I meant to say in the beginning as well when Jeff was copying RuPaul's Drag Race when he was like, and kids, there's a game within the game, which was so RuPaul's Drag Race. So is that the whole thing where at the start of this challenge they showed that little puzzle on the side of the top? Or did you miss that? If you blinked, you missed it.
I missed it. I
Like
mean,
the
what are you talking about?
camera, like when the camera panned, like for this challenge, the camera pans to show
Yeah,
you. So when it was panning, there was like on the side, you know how sometimes they have like a clue hidden and they'll show you
yeah.
how the clue is? It wasn't a clue, it was like a symbol, a hashtag, and like a QR code. And it said like Survivor game and pointed to it. Or so I wonder if that's the game within a game, and I meant to go back and screen grab it and I forgot.
Oh, I need to go
Oh,
back and look at that. Yeah.
Sox Pats fan over in You Now chat says, yes, Survivor tweeted out that it was a website for kids to train and do a comp.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, I
You
blinked. I must have
go.
missed it. Yeah. I did miss it. That's
Well,
amazing. So that's the
really.
game within the game. It's for kids.
Right. Yeah. Game within a game
Uh,
is for the kid. Well, that's what he said.
that's amazing for kids, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So back to the
Back to it.
back to the grown-ups.
Back to the
Um,
grown up people.
So, it's our first big challenge of the season. You normally don't see something like this for at least, gosh, 3 weeks into Survivor. So seeing it
What
on
do you
the
mean?
first episode, 2 to 3 weeks, is like amazing. Oh my gosh. So, they got to run up a net hill thing. They have to go under this little thing. What was nice is that, they just had to crawl through bark. Like normally it's sand that they got to dig through, that they got to, so it seemed a little easier. I think maybe
Mm-hmm.
for the older people, like it was a
Right.
little easier for them. Then they had to take those two people had to take sandbags to the very end of it, and then they had to push that sled all the way down the track, and then hoist those puzzle pieces up to complete the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot.
who I mean, yeah, I guess it's a lot. I don't know. It didn't seem like it was that difficult. I don't know. It didn't seem that difficult. Who was the one? It was the blue team, right? That during the challenge the sandbag fell off and then they had to
Deshaun.
go back. again. Wow, he's
Deshaun is
really
the one that
messing
threw
up.
it and turned around and the sandbag fell off.
Deshaun's really messing stuff up a lot for this team.
I could not believe it. I thought first the boat. Now you're looking for idols, and maybe you might not complete that challenge so we can have fire as a team. And now you're just constantly just throwing sandbags, not making sure they're secure. So they
Do-
literally get that sled all the way up and just like, and they had to push it all the way back. Then one of them had to come back and fix it, then go
Which,
back, then push it forward again.
right, which again, as I say, standards and practices is standing at each of those lanes, and we're well aware that they messed up long before they made it all the way forward. Jeff just wanted to be a little shady boots. Jeff was like,
So
let's
shady.
make it more dramatic and wait till they get all the way over here before I tell
Well,
them.
like he jumped off a platform and was like, "Hey,
Yeah. Hey guys, you gotta go back with your
hey,
sandbag.
yeah."
Which also, why does it matter? But again,
Who
everything, yeah,
cares? It
you
was barely hanging off. I mean, come on.
come on, just let it
Whatever.
go. Look over there. Pancake
Look over
team
there.
ain't
Look over
even.
there.
Pancake nipple team can't even get it up.
Right. So they're, of course, Blues in last place again. You know, green gets it up pretty quickly, yellow follows, and then blue follows too. Now, as they're building this puzzle, holy mother, blue is catching up.
Blue
Blue
is
is doing
catching up.
amazing.
And green didn't. They're the ones that had the hissy fit, right? With the. There was one more in the bag! We could have solved the whole puzzle if we just knew this one piece. Oh, please. Please. Stop acting like the one piece left in the bag
Well,
is
the
why you
one piece
lost.
connected that side piece. So
Who cares? There's 9 million other pieces and parts of the puzzle you could
I
have been
know, but
working
you
on.
couldn't complete that one piece because you would
Great.
constantly be trying to figure out where it goes. And it's like, what do you
Nah.
mean there's one piece?
No, I'm not buying it. There was a ton of extra parts they could have been working on to make it. I'm sure it tripped them up, but to make it seem like
It
that's
did
why
trip
you
them up.
lost. Blue
Well,
team. It
I
was the
think
blue
that's why
team.
they lost their lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean green
So
team. Sorry,
blue,
not blue team.
yeah. So blue pulls it out and they win,
They
which
won.
is a which is a good thing for Danny and Deshaun because
Yeah. They were in
their
trouble.
names might have been thrown out there because of Nacer.
Yeah.
So yeah, so blue wins. Now we've got two teams at Tribal Council. Two people were voted off in the premiere episode.
Now,
That's
this was
crazy.
this is my question for you. Is this what normally happens in Survivor that there's two tribals?
No.
Okay. All right. So, yellow team going to tribal first.
So yellow team goes to Tribal first. And and then of course too at the big challenge we learned about the dice. So
Oh,
if you
right.
feel that you need safety and you want to roll the shot in the
Dice.
dark dice, then you can put the dice in there, pick it in a bag and see if you get safety, but you also don't get to vote.
Now, here's what I was unclear of. Is this a one-time thing or you can do this every time you vote? Do
From
we know
my
the answer to
understanding,
that?
it's every time.
That's what I thought too, because he didn't
This is the new
specifically.
twist.
Yeah, so okay, yeah. It's interesting, I guess. I guess it's
I
interesting.
guess.
I mean, there
We
comes
have
a point when
a
like
one
you're
in six.
throwing too much at the wall here.
Right, but I mean, we know. So yeah, we know Sarah on the green team. She did it because when she was voted out, she was like, "Well, I tried." So she tried and didn't pull out the safety card. So
See, and I
when you
agree with
yeah,
I
And I
agree
think
with what.
my survivor boyfriend explained it the best. Like it sounds scary, but when you're the one sitting there and your name's being thrown around at tribal council, you think, okay, you know what? It's not that scary anymore because
Right,
I
because your vote's not going
possibly
to
do
matter
have a
anyway.
chance if I don't have an idol or I don't have any kind of advantage.
Well, see now, and I agree with what Robin said, and you now chat. She says, so what am I missing? Why not just use it every time? Now, I have to say this, I would do that as well. Even if I felt safe, every single time, I would just be attempting for safety. Because if
Well,
I'm safe
if you were on my
regardless.
tribe, if you and
Hmm.
Robin were on my tribe and my alliance, and your name wasn't thrown around, I would expect that we're all going to vote together to start getting people out
Yeah, I
so
bet
that
you
we
would.
can start reducing the numbers. If you and Robin are voting, trying to get safety, and you don't get it, you lose the vote. So then on the tribe, it's my vote and someone else's. I'd be like,
No,
hey, Robin and
yeah.
Eric, what are you guys doing? Nobody's throwing your name out. But guess what?
Oh,
I'm now
wait.
going to throw your name out.
Well, so it's not anonymous. So when you do it, everyone is told that you did it. I thought it was anonymous.
No, it's not. You find out
Oh,
by the number of votes that are left. Like you don't know who did it, but it's like, one, two, three, four, five, six.
no. Sots
Like
Pats fan says Jeff said it was anonymous. No one will know. If it is anonymous and
it's
nobody will know.
anonymous, but it's not hard to figure out who because
Sure,
there's
but
no
it's
vote. So your and Robin's vote, well, there won't be any votes for you. So if you're on a team of six and there's only four
no,
votes,
I
two
get what you're
two
saying.
people
I
didn't vote.
Right. So I think a better, if people are
Right.
confused, in other words, let's say it's myself, John, and Maximus' mom. And then, there can be as many other people in the tribe as you want, it doesn't matter. But let's say me, John, and Maximus' mom all say, we're going to vote off Golden Hermit. If when the votes come out, there's only one vote for Golden Hermit, now John, myself, and Maximus' mom know two of us are lying to the other, two people. So I get what you're saying in that aspect. I don't know if that
Right.
made it more clear for people or less clear. So I get what you're saying. However,
Hmm.
I still think I would risk it.
Then I would put a target on you the next time we're in tribal council. I'd be like, he's just going to try to vote safety every time. He only cares about himself and he
Yeah.
doesn't care about the tribe. And he
Yeah,
doesn't
it
care
was only
about
one
making
winner.
alliances to get him farther in the game. So see you later. You're no use to anybody.
Well, okay, let me rephrase. If there was more than two of us that we knew were voting, so in other words, if it was me, you, and Maximus' mom, I would play for the safety, knowing as long as there's one vote, I could claim the vote to the other one of you. You see what I'm saying? If it was
I
just
do see
me
what
and
you're saying.
you,
That's less
it's a
odds of
dangerous
being
game.
believable than actually the odds of actually putting the die in the little thing.
Right, the
It's
more we
you
talk
really
this
should.
out, the more we should just be voting. The more this plan is probably not a good idea, Robin. I think they should just vote. They're gonna get exposed.
To me, it's just like you're trying to, if you're going to use it all the time, to me, you're just hunting for an idol every time. And you're
Yep.
not
Oh, God
working
bless
with your
you.
team or anybody else. Thank you. You're not working with your team or anybody else. So, what good are you? Goodbye. We'll see you later. Enjoy the resort that you're going to sit at for 30 days. What I did
Now,
love
yes.
about with the green team is, the type of tribal council they had. I loved it. And even Richard, Jeff, we're just kumbaya. We're just here. Namaste. We actually really like each other. And it's not that fake like it's like the real deal. And not even 5 minutes into it, they're whispering, they're doing, I mean, they turned on each other so quickly.
Which
Brad, I could see Brad sweating a little bit, going, when Sarah called him out, you just say people's names right in front of them. Well,
Well,
I just said it how it is. That's what I do. Don't say it how it is, Brad, because now your name's thrown out. Like that's not a good game strategy. I was just like my head was blown what was happening. I'm like, this is happening in the premiere episode. This is crazy.
that was the one point that I wanted to make that I forgot before we got to tribal. Yes, Brad literally being like, I think you girls are weak. You're macho, right to their face.
Hey,
and
don't
then
say
there's
girls. Don't
and
say
then
girls, Brad.
and then there's Sarah. Shut up and leave. I swear to Christ, I am not listening to a season of you crying. If you are crying right now, go home. Like, no, don't care. And I like her. Funny, like she was pretty, she was nice, she seemed
Yeah, yeah.
sweet. Like all of those things, like
She's
great
young and she's
human.
got her whole life ahead of her. You're gonna do great
But
things, Sarah.
stop crying and go. But I just like how Brad was like, I don't know. I see two tacos at the sausage party. And I think we didn't order tacos, if you know what I mean. Can't roll a taco up a hill.
Yeah,
So,
at one
yeah.
point, I really thought Sarah kind of had. It was good that she was going to get
No.
saved. JD was sweating. I was trying to understand the dynamic between JD and Brad because and Jeannie sitting there because they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And I'm just like, what? What's going on? Like, this is when I wish we had the live feeds for Survivor because it's like we don't have any context to what they're saying. Like, when did you two three talk? I don't remember seeing it at all in the episode. So yeah,
Yeah.
seeing them and then changing the vote. I mean, we even saw Richard walk over and be like, "Just put Brad's name down there. Just put Brad. Just vote
Yeah.
Brad." So Brad was out there
Who do
for a
you
while.
want? Who do you want? Tell me who you want. I'll do what you want. JD talking to Chantal,
Yeah,
like, I'll do what you want. I'll do, but which I thought, so like what you're saying, all of the drama from the green tribal, I thought the yellow tribal was the exact opposite, where it wasn't fake, which it seems so obvious to me. That was Eric, right? Was the one who left.
Eric Abraham. They called him
Right.
Abraham.
They called him
Um,
Abraham. So he was the one that left. But it was so obvious to me when they were all like, we are a tribe. We are working together. We are one unit. We're going to be so much stronger. At us. Like all of the things that they were saying was about like being a strong tribe and caring and compassionate and working together. And then there was Abraham and they were like, he doesn't talk. So when he was
right.
like, I didn't see that blonde side, I didn't know it was coming. How did you not know it was coming? The whole tribal council talked about how they were this big cohesive group and you don't talk to anyone.
I
How did you not
yeah.
see it coming?
Well, what is he like? Some FBI like analyst or something? Like
Don't
he's
care.
so busy in his head, he doesn't talk. And when he talks about strength, he talks about muscle, and he's not talking about this muscle that is
Wait, what?
strong or stronger than this muscle because this controls. I don't know where
Oh,
I'm
I
going
thought
with
you were talking about that, the other muscle. And I was like, whoa, 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 what did I
this.
miss?
I lost my train of thought.
I was like, well, you
But you know what
tried.
I mean?
Maybe
Like
if this
Abraham thought
muscle
it
was
was
better.
this muscle for the competitions, but they were talking
Sure.
about this muscle, and that's what this group
Right.
is flexing, and I love it.
I
But ended up
loved
getting
it
voted
too.
out. Yes,
I mean, as long as Xander is there for me to look at, you know.
as long as I have my wannabe, Daniel Levy on the show for as long as I
Okay.
can, I'm good. I love his humor. I think he's adorable.
He is
Yes.
not. He is, and again, if you joined us late, of course, John's crush is David. Mine is Xander. But again, I would also just like to point out that aside from having the name David, he bears no resemblance to Dan Levy at all.
Essence, my friend.
Sure,
Essence.
essence. Uh, I already forgot. I forgot what the Julie
Done.
Chen Destiny. Forget it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was a shocking survivor. All right, here's where you're troubling me a little bit though with all of this, John. Is you're making it seem like this was such an amazing premiere episode and we never get this much action and competition on this early in the season, and I just thought it was okay. So are you telling me it's gonna be downhill from this?
No, I'm just saying we're off to a great start. You
Okay,
don't
off
watch
to
a
a
lot
great
of them.
start.
You haven't seen them in a while. We just
Okay,
don't see this much in a premiere episode. Two people leaving, this
right.
extra twist, these
Okay.
other little things. Yeah, there was a lot of different challenges and twists happening that
Triangles.
we haven't
Yeah.
seen before. So I think it's off to a great start. And I love that Billy Jones joined me on YouTube, and
I
C.
love Billy.
Farlow is
Well, I want to
always here. Chubby Bunny, yes.
I want to give a
Trent,
special Brett, I want to give a special shout out to Golden Hermit and Robin who are watching and you now. And again, remember, you have that little triangle puzzle. So if you're watching this back in the future on the YouTubes, make sure you comment how many you think are there. Whoever gets it first, I will send a little prizey pack too. Maybe if a bunch of you do it, I'll pick somebody at random too. Of course, we are covering this all season for you guys, so make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you are watching this back. And you guys sharing the shows are a great way to keep them going. Like I said, we're going to be covering this all season for you. Also, in the comments below, let us know or tweet at us at Comedy Jonah and at Reality Recaps, and tag some of your favorite survivors or survivors that you would like to join us doing this show. We want to bring the people on that you guys want to hear from. So let us know on social media or in the comments who you'd like to see join us for these shows. Of course, we are wrapping up Big Brother, but we still have all of our postseason Big Brother shows. We're going to have all of those people on every single day taking your questions live. All the jury members. I can't wait. Now, next Wednesday, John, will be Big Brother finale.
yeah,
So we will do this Survivor show same time the following day, 6 p.m.
absolutely. And then right after Survivor, right?
Right. And so only next week will be the last week that we're not going to be doing this show immediately following Survivor because of Big Brother finale next week and Big
Yep.
Brother this week. But you got that. Might be bringing the podcast back too. So hello, friends, to that. And we got a lot in store for you. I'm excited, John. I'm excited for the future.
Woohoo!
Thank you all for, like we say, sharing, supporting, liking, commenting. It really, really helps. And final thoughts, John?
No, just happy to do this. Happy to be back with Survivor. I'm loving it. I'm starting to feel like things are getting back to normal.
We're getting back to our post-COVID life. I just remembered that I messed up the ending of the show, but doesn't matter. We'll see. We'll see you guys all back here tonight. 15 minutes after Big Brother ends, we will
Yep.
be back again to talk all about last night's Survivor and tonight's Survivor. Oh my God, Big Brother will be back after Big Brother tonight, Thursday live to talk about those. Your second show for the night. I'm losing it. Bye for now, everybody. Click all around this YouTube and our website and watch all of our stuff. Bye, friends.